like that itch that will not go away. The failure protocol will continue to infect the lives of our youth unless we put a stop to it. We must be that bomb to bring hope and a bright future. Welcome back to the Biblical Conservative channel, where we come against the anti-God, anti-human, anti-American, anti-biblical spirit that is looking to prevail in this land. Remember, we are not victims. We are empowered for greatness. Please be sure to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. We've all seen those glass cases, either on a plane or any other public place. The cases usually have some kind of direction on it where it says, in case of emergency, break glass. The inference being that only when the situation is dire or life-threatening, this is the last resort. It is not meant to be used as a crutch or to be relied upon on a regular basis. Unfortunately, generations of young black children have been given strong doses of the failure protocol. What is the failure protocol, you ask? It is the intentional manipulation of the minds of young people to convince them that the odds are stacked against them. And the reason why the odds are not in their favor is because of the oppression that has been inflicted upon them by white people.
Can I tell you a secret?
Sure, man.
I see white people.
It's this oppression that has led to their current predicament, notwithstanding any decisions or actions they have taken. No, it has nothing to do with any actions or decisions they have taken. Everything that has happened to them is a result of white oppression that is dominating their life. This failure protocol establishes in the minds of the impressionable youth that white people are the enemy. Not only do they have them under their thumbs, they are the only ones who can solve the oppression. Wow. They're the only ones who can solve it. So that strips them of their individual agency. It strips them of any dignity. It strips them of hope. The Bible talks about hope deferred makes the heart sick. A vast majority of children, our children, have been sickened by the failure protocol. Just look at the mayhem occurring in schools. Instead of teaching children reading, writing, and arithmetic, they are teaching them how to dress and drag. Children no longer value in education. Why would they value something that has been devalued by the very people instructing them? It is sinister, it is demeaning, it is deceptive. Yet the end goal is to create enough sidewalk agitators to disrupt every aspect of American life. These disruptors will be useful idiots to carry out the ultimate goal of the redefinition of America. So how do we stem the tide? First, we must take biblical action. This means recognizing the spiritual aspect of the battle and fight spiritually. This can be done through prayer as well as exercising our God-given authority. Second, we should encourage the success sequence. I like the success sequence. It was created by the Brookings Institute, and essentially it says that if a person graduates high school, gets a job, gets married, and then decides to have children, that person is more likely to avoid poverty. I'll say it again. The success sequence essentially says that if a person graduates, this doesn't even mean graduate college. If a person graduates even high school, gets a job, gets married, and then decides to have children after they are married, That reduces their chances of poverty. The failure protocol, on the other hand, is alluring because it is easier to blame someone else instead of owning up to our mistakes. It's easy to cast blame on somebody else instead of taking personal responsibility. Because taking personal responsibility for our destiny is daunting. However, I believe God has placed in the conscience of every person the desire to achieve. No one wakes up with a desire to live a substandard life. No one wakes up wanting to be a victim. They're programmed to be victims, but we are not victims. We are empowered for greatness. You have to understand something. Living a substandard life is an acquired deficiency. Like that itch that would not go away, the failure protocol will continue to infect the lives of our youth unless we put a stop to it. I'll say that again. Like that itch that will not go away, the failure protocol will continue to infect the lives of our youth unless we put a stop to it. We must be that bomb to bring hope and a bright future. In Jeremiah 29:11, a very familiar passage where it talks about God knows the plans that he has for us to give us a future and a hope. Our children need a future and a hope. And we're the ones that bring that to them by giving them the alternative, by talking about the success sequence, by giving them examples of people that have made it out, not just by dribbling a basketball, throwing a touchdown, or running fast, but by using their mind. Using their mind. Because the pathway to success is not difficult, but it is challenging. The pathway to success is not difficult, but it is challenging, and I'll explain the difference. It's not difficult. The pathway is laid out for us. It's challenging because you have headwinds, you have the culture, you have everything pushing up against you to force you to go a different way, to force you to go the way that they want you to go towards failure. That's why it's challenging, because you have obstacles, you have hindrances in your way. But we must overcome them by the power of God inside of us, because we are not victims. We are empowered for greatness. Thank you so much for liking your comments and subscribing to the channel. Please share this with your friends. Smash that like button. Smash the subscription bell. Share this with everybody you know. We're trying to make sure people understand that they're not victims, that they are empowered for greatness, and all this stuff that's out here that's telling them otherwise is false and will not benefit them in the end. So please, I appreciate that. Share that.